Welcome to the Ice Turner experience. Something you can't define, but you can only experience this through me. Speaking of experiencing something through me, I encourage you all to, get an agenda. And by getting an agenda is actually the key to getting mastery of yourself, mastery of your mind, your emotions, of your scope and direction. See, having your own agenda is based on who you are right now. And who you are right now can be defined by what your mission is. I liken that to your guiding star, guiding light. So no matter how lost you get or what's in your path, you always know your direction. Either through journaling, reflecting, and if you can afford a therapist, by all means, I would encourage you to get you one. However, with having an agenda or forming an agenda isn't something that you can have accomplished within a day, within a week, within a month, or even possibly a year. It's something that you have to actively reflect upon to conclude. I was journaling, all the way back, 2002. I even have cassette tapes. I didn't want to write things down. I just talked on a recorder. Kind of gave my ideas, life, You can actually, track your ideas and track your perspective. See, with forming an agenda isn't something that you can, just have clear, off rip. It takes time to develop clarity. It takes time to develop your why. You got to be able to know a thing before you do a thing. And, that has to be clear to you. That's part of self-care. A lot of people think it's other things. To a certain extent it is. But a major part of self-care is discovering, cultivating, and constantly remodifying your agenda. It's upon reflection. See, you have to take a long period of time off, right? From everything, from the noise, and really reflect on yourself. You got to reflect on yourself, from everything that's good about you to everything that's bad about you. Where you are now and how you got there. What steps would you like to improve in regards to yourself? And where do you see yourself in the future? Did you know once you get focused on, some of your goals, then you can actually start acquiring the external tools to get there? It could be different types of material. Reading material, friends is part of the material, as well as connections. See, but most of your tools you'll need to succeed are already actually within you. So you've already taken the first step by asking the question, right? As you're listening, you're asking yourself these questions. That's major. That's a major key right there. The reason why it's a major key, because this is when you learn to master your emotions. This is when you get to the point where you don't really care what other people think, because you're in control of your emotions. It becomes like a force magnetic field, just making it easier to laugh at the attempts of, emotional people trying to bring you into their turmoil, to creating, something, devastating. As I said before, as the world turns, you remain still. See, controlling your emotions doesn't mean suppressing them. It means releasing them in a healthy way. Can I give you an example? Like with jealousy and envy. Remember I was talking about idols become rivals? You can actually remind yourself that you want to be you, but, a better version. A better version of yourself is a more defined version of yourself. And the more defined you are, the more stable you are. Purpose-driven life is a stable one. Matter of fact, you got to be you so others can be themselves. That's really part of it, is being unique, uncompromised. Now, without control, there will always be chaos. So you have to find ways to control your mind until it becomes automatic. What helps, you to be in control of you? Part of it is reading. Some people think it's reading books. For me, it's just reading my surroundings. It's what actually stimulates my control. The more you practice that, the better you'll get at it. Now, when people talk about game, what is good game to you? We break down the acronym. My perspective, it's growth, ambition, motivation, and excellence. Now, to add to it, how many of you are gamers? Reading, growth, ambition, motivation, excellence, are reading your surroundings. 90% life, what's happening around you. 10% is how you respond. And 10% of how you respond is based on 99% that's in your head. Because what's around you within that 90% is really just 1%. That reality, 99%, is in your head. Going back to the control. Going back to self-care. Going back to self-mastery. Everything around you will change, but knowledge of self will always remain. And to have knowledge of self is mastery. But in order to have knowledge of self, you have to have what? Control. See, the more knowledge you have of yourself, the more control you are. Your emotions, of your mind, you become automatic. Is it making sense to you? I'm sure it should. Just have to be careful if you have, wild imaginations. You're supposed to, put those into subjection. Or, circumstances will put you into subjection. Yeah. That all. See, you have to also keep this in mind by exposing yourself to fears, right? Exposing yourself to the things that you fear and things that, would cause you to be insecure is the best way to get rid of all of that in the first place. Did you know that? Did you know that was actually part of self-care? You have to look at what I said, grasshopper. The point is to allow your emotions to flow in a more controlled manner. So the point of this exercise right here, this will makes your imagination or the images less wild and less chaotic. See, confidence isn't being extremely skilled or experienced. It's the belief that no matter what happens, you have the tools to handle it to the best of your ability. When you have a very firm belief in God, what do they call that? Faith. What about when it's yourself? Same thing. It's confidence. Just keep that in mind. What's to keep in your mind? Your agenda. First, you have to discover your agenda. Then you have to cultivate your agenda. And while you're cultivating your agenda, guess what you're doing? You're meditating.
Don't listen to anyone. Everybody's scared. You know, everyone tells you how things worked out, but it worked out for you that way. Their experience is unique to who they are. You know what I mean? And then a lot of people will try to put their fears on you. You can't do that. No, you can't do it.